One of the things that I really want to share with you is what it truly means when it comes to your ability to heal yourself. I have been personally experiencing very interesting self-healing incidences in my life. And what I've distilled and what I've learned that I really want you to know, that I think is really important to know, is that you are one of the most powerful beings that has been reborn into this life. And everything outside of that knowing is a distraction to keep you separated from that truth. We are the most powerful, conscious, super conscious, magnetic beings that have existed. And yet we have forgotten our powers. And one of my most passionate things I can do in this lifetime, the thing that makes me come alive, the thing that I am so incredibly passionate about, is remembering how incredibly powerful we truly are and what it really means to wake up to the understanding of knowing that we are superhuman. And coming back to that power and coming back to that remembrance. And when you step outside of that bubble and you become an observer and you seek truth and you're not attached to your beliefs, your programs, your dogmas, and the only thing that you are attached to is walking a pure, aligned path with God, seeking truth and trying things on and having fun while you're doing it, and remembering your power and how magical you truly are. Like, that's it, right? That's what this human journey, in my viewpoint, is all about. And so I believe that each and every one of us has our own mechanics to master. What's good for me and my body is going to be very different from what is good for you and your body. And yet there are universal truths about generally what's good for us, like hydrating and drinking plenty of water, spending time in nature, getting negative ions, meditating, quieting our nervous system and listening and waiting for God to drop in, or deepest wisdom, or soul-led life and inspiration and knowledge and wisdom that comes through. Hydrating ourselves, detoxing our body, opening up our 7 channels of elimination, making sure our drainage pathways are working, making sure you're getting adequate amounts of sleeps where you're regenerating. There are basic things that have to happen. To what degree things get fine-tuned, that's completely, something that you get to unravel and understand about your own personal mechanics. What matters is that you're actually giving yourself the adequate amount of time that you genuinely need to recharge your battery. And so in Complete Recalibration, my 60-day foundation program, where we detox, we come back to these foundational principles that are actually specific to you, even though they feel general. Because we have to master the basics first before we become these crazy biohackers, right? Like super solid foundation. That's the most important thing that we have, because no matter what happens that takes us outside of alignment, we come back to what we know works. But first, you need to know what works for you, so that we get to unravel and recalibrate. You do have an innate ability to be able to tune into what your body needs to heal yourself. Like, you don't necessarily need anyone else outside of you telling you what you already know to be true. The place where we get tripped up is in A, allowing that wisdom to drop in, and B, following it. I think following it is not, I know following it for most people is the toughest or most challenging thing to do. And so this is where accountability is so important, because you're flexing a new muscle. the muscle of listening to yourself, the muscle of tuning into what you truly need, and the muscle of taking action on what it is that you know to be true. So those things are very similar, but different and super important. And there is the version of you that is able to drop in and understand and know how to heal yourself. And then you give your body what it needs. And all of a sudden, just like this, we think it's a miracle, but it's not. It's actually coming back into alignment when you recalibrate enough and you understand what's going on, why it's happening, where you picked it up from, what's out of alignment. You course correct that alignment. Everything snaps back into place and a new reality comes into existence. There are so many times where I've been able to come to peace with whatever that lesson needs to be, understanding that lesson, learning that lesson, and then all of a sudden, click. Everything clicks back into place. And by miracle, I'm in alignment and I'm healed. And I've practiced this over and over and over and over again. And that's what's possible, not just for me. I'm not special. It's possible for all of us to come back into that alignment of what's the lesson, what's the gift, what do I need to understand, transmute, and release? And then you come back into alignment and it clicks in your whole again, right? So, and we keep peeling back the layers and we keep peeling back the layers. And another really important thing is understanding pattern repetition. You are living your life and everything external to you is happening for you to wake you up and to help you remember how powerful you truly are. Not to keep you stuck in fear, not to keep you inhibited, but to snap you out of your existence, to wake you up so that you could remember how powerful you are. So things really are happening for you, not against you. And so when you understand that, you look at things differently. Like the biggest thing we have with our own free will is stepping into the power of understanding that our perception of reality is the number one thing we get to control here. So anytime how you're looking at things is not working out for you, you flip your perspective. You flip your perspective. Like the major arcana, there's an archetype. There's the archetype of the hanged man. And the hanged man is hanging upside down, right? On another aspect of this card is that it's the Buddha card, it's the Jesus card, it's the enlightenment card or archetype. And what it truly means, the hanged man, is that you always get to hang upside down and flip your perspective. And so anytime your perspective is actually not working out for your highest good, you have the free will of flipping your perspective. If you can understand that you are so powerful as to everything that you perceive is really just an external manifestation of what's going on internally, and that's why I've always said, you're only a mathematical equation away from getting what you want. If you don't have what you want, it means the internal equation is off. Flip your perspective. Figure out, fine tune where the equation is off. Dust it off. Learn what you need to learn. Flip the perspective and come back into alignment where that equation actually gives you what you want. You are the most supreme master of your reality. Everything that is outside of us has been designed to keep us stuck in fear, disillusionment, poverty consciousness, fear consciousness, fear mongering, distracted from our true essence and our true power. The first thing we need to do is remember how powerful we are. And when you do that and you purify the vessel and you clean yourself from the inside out and you clean your life around you and you protect your cleanliness, you come back into alignment and you come back into flow. Now, there are different layers of gunk that we need to clean, right? There are the ancestral programming things where these are things that we picked up from our maternal and paternal lines, things that we've been born with. Whatever your parents and grandparents have not dealt with, You won the lottery. You're in luck. You get to deal with that stuff. And if you don't deal with it, your children get to deal with it. And this is ancestry. Some of you out there fully understand this, and you're going to say to yourself, no way in hell, the buck stops here. I will do whatever it takes to clean up the stuff that is mine, to clean up so that when I procreate, when I have children, I will not pass this on. And even if I have children right now, what is mine to clean? I clean for them and all future generations to come. That's how powerful you are. What you clean today affects 7 generations to come forward, 7 generations backwards. You do get to also change the past by being fully in your power and self-responsible for cleaning up what is yours to clean. If you are aware of it, it is yours to clean. Now, ignorance is bliss, but the minute you wake up and you're conscious enough to understand what you're aware of in front of you to clean, it is your responsibility to do it. And there is going to be something inside of you that makes you feel guilty for knowing that you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. And that's the stuff that you need to pay the most attention to. If it is making you feel unsettled, it's great. Oh, what a gift. Remember, oh, what a gift that I get. I have this thing inside of me that's percolating, that rises to the surface. And then I'm so aware of it that I get to look at it. And now it's my responsibility to use the tools that I have to clean it, understand the lessons, understand the gifts, release it, transmute it, receive the knowledge back into me as wisdom now, because I've gone through that process. And now from a clean slate, I keep moving forward to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And you will always have to do the work. The only thing that you may be doing is procrastinating doing the work. But sooner or later, that will catch up to you, and you will always have to do what you've always had to do. So you might as well do it now, which means I'm also procrastinating manifesting my dreams into reality and getting what I genuinely want, what I'm here to have, because my desires that I desire me as well. So that's what it genuinely means to come back into alignment. And the quicker we do that, the more whole we become. The more whole we become, the more in flow we are. The more in flow we are, the more we get what we want. Ultimately, we are all here to get what we want. And we're all here to thrive. And we're all here to be the healthiest versions of ourselves. And the more we do that, the more we emanate that, the more we lift the consciousness of the entire earth. And then we leave Earth a better place for all generations to come. So you are the biggest work. That's all here. It starts from within. So we have to take radical self-responsibility for healing ourselves and coming back into alignment so that we can manifest our dreams into reality. Because God loves to thrive in healthy, vibrant bodies. But the opposite is also true. The more light and healthy you become, the more you magnetize more light, health, and happiness. The more you magnetize more momentum of things working out for you. The more you magnetize your tribe. That's the duality that we live in. And we get to experience both so that we know this contrast between the two, so we can choose with our free will where we want to be. Everything is a choice. Like circumstances that are happening to you or external to you is a reflection of what's going on within you. And so that means that you're in control of actually shifting your reality. And it takes time for your external reality to catch up with the shifts that you're making internally, but you have to stick with it in order for things to happen. It's the journey, because we keep expanding. We keep wanting more. We keep becoming bigger. It's human nature for us to just keep climbing that ladder and elevating and becoming bigger and bigger and greater, right? Like there is no end to that desire. And as my mentor, Melanie and Lair, would always say, 1 foot in gratitude, 1 foot in desire. 1 foot in gratitude, 1 foot in desire. So we hold how grateful we are and appreciative we are of this moment, and we don't take it for granted because we also know things can shift. And also 1 foot in desire. And I have all this and still want more, and that is okay. That's normal. So coming back to pure alignment is really not being distracted by the suffering that's happening in our bodies. And the reason why some people are suffering, or some of you are suffering, is because you may just have ignored your body long enough thinking that external things are more important than you coming into alignment and being the healthiest version of you, regardless of what your circumstances are. Each and every one of us, to all sorts of different degrees, are struggling within our own lack of remembrance. And the circumstances that our souls have signed up for are happening to us to wake us up from this amnesia that we've fallen into. So the external circumstances are agreements that we've made to wake us up, because your soul knows exactly what it needs for you to wake up. And if you're going through a health crisis where you're really struggling, it is for your greatest good to wake up and come back into alignment. I've had some personal self-struggling challenges that have been my lowest of lows, on my hands and knees, not knowing how I'm going to crawl out of this. Coming back into full alignment, coming back into God, God's will for me, praying and doing what I need to do to purify and clean my vessel so that it could get that wisdom that I'm here to receive. And then walking my path of alignment and allowing each step, each chapter to unfold before me. No one walks away unscathed. I think that's how you say it. No one walks away without having to do the work. Everyone gets to do the work. The sooner you do the work, the better. Stop wasting your time. Stop wasting your time thinking that tomorrow is promised. Your parents are only getting older. You're only getting older. Life is happening. It's quick, with or without you. So the more we step into alignment, the quicker we step into alignment, the cleaner, the quicker we process the stuff and become as whole as possible and clean, the better. Because whatever you don't do now gets passed on. Remember that. Never forget that. So what's yours to do is yours to do. Don't forget your power. Do not forget your power. Remember how powerful you are. I will leave you with that today. I love you. Stay strong and step into your power fully today, because genuinely the world needs exactly what it is that you have. And we are the game changers that are here right now on earth. So if you're listening to this, and if this somehow finds you through the ethers, it's for you. It's specifically for you.